What's going on, guys? It's Danny here, and this is gonna be 2.8k ranked game commentary. Between 2.8 and 2.9, something like that. Last week it was 2.6k. Now it's a little bit higher, but there shouldn't be a big difference. The difference in skill level would be, I think, in the lower part of any bracket and in the high part of any bracket. For example, the low 5k MMR bracket, like between 5 and 5.2, something like that, and compared to the high part of the bracket, which is 5.8k and 5.9, getting very close to the 6k. Now there is a big difference of skill level, or not that big, but there is difference of the skill level. So let's get into this game, and the draft is going to start soon. Last week I said I rewatched the video from last week, just to see how I did the commentary, and I said that the draft actually, like, the Dota 2 game starts now, not when the horn sounds or something like that. And that's true, the game actually starts now because the draft is a big part of the game. And the first pick is a Queen of Pain. It's not a random, it's actually a pick. Queen of Pain is a very good first pick hero, or a hero that you can first pick, no problem with that one. You have an escape ability, and also Queen of Pain has Queen of Pain can be played mid or off lane, or sometimes even safe lane. So Queen of Pain could be played in all three lanes if you want to. The hero has escape ability, not very easy to counter, you know, you should be able to do stuff even if the enemy team picks heroes that are good against you. Now Wraith King first pick for the Dire is not good because there are a lot of counters to the Wraith King. There is Phantom Lancer with Diffusal Blade, he burns your mana, and you have no mana for your ultimate, and then you just die without using your ultimate. Anti-Mage is another counter. When he gets Manta, he burns mana with illusions really fast. There are supports. If you are looking for a support to counter the Wraith King, there is a Lion. You can max your mana drain spell. You burn his mana real quick, and then he doesn't have mana for his ultimate. Also, you can make a Necronomicon. It's not only heroes or spells, there is also items that counters Wraith King. So if you wanna pick Wraith King as a carry hero, you should be very careful and definitely not first pick it. Ask your teammates if they can pick before you. I would definitely recommend picking Wraith King later. Kotal, support hero, no problem picking it second. What they are lacking so far is a stun. They don't really have stun, and there is an Anti-Mage in the same team with the Wraith King. Now that's two hard carry heroes in the same team, and having these heroes in the same team is not very good because your early game is not gonna be very nice. I guess Wraith King has a stun for the early game and he can go on aggressive duo lane, maybe, something like that. The Anti-Mage, though, being in Wraith King's team is okay because that's one less counter that could be picked against the Wraith King. There is Abaddon pick. It's another hero that you never know what he's gonna do. I mean, he should be used as a support, but I can expect anything since this is a 2.8k MMR game. I have noticed that in these low MMR games, Abaddon is played as a right clicker and Bounty Hunter is also played as a right clicker. But as you guys can see so far, Radiant's draft is so much better. They have two good support heroes, they have the mid lane hero, they have Gyrocopter, while the Dire, the first three picks are all carry heroes. That should not be happening, to be honest. You need like heroes like Queen of Pain that can be on many lanes and you don't know where exactly they gonna go and they gonna lane. Witch Doctor is the fourth pick. I would say Witch Doctor should be the first pick if you know you wanna play this hero. It should be first pick. Clinks is the last pick. Clinks is a good last pick hero too. You, I guess you could pick it earlier, but these carry heroes is really good if you pick them last. Clinks is a very good pick in this game because Clinks has a lot of physical damage, and that's what works really well against Anti-Mage, since Anti-Mage is, you know, he hates magic and you cannot kill him with magic. He has a spell shield that on level 4 has 50% magic resistance, so what works really well against Anti-Mage is physical damage, very heavy physical damage, just like Clinks. Clinks is all right click, he has no spell damage at all, I mean no magic damage, he only right clicks. So that works well against Anti-Mage, heavy physical damage or pure damage. Clinks is also very good against Ember Spirit because Ember is a very squishy hero with very low armor, so he dies from like 4 Clinks auto attacks or 5 auto attacks or something like that. So Clinks is a good pick here as a last pick. I don't know where is he gonna go. Maybe go mid lane Clinks, off lane Quop, and safe lane Gyrocopter. The last pick is Ogre Magi. I like that the last 2 picks are at least good. I like that they are supports. Even though they weren't picked early on, but they were picked now, last 2 picks, at least they picked supports. That's very important for the game. That matters a lot. Queen of Pain is going mid. This is a nice starting item build. You have stats from the new talisman and Tango from the, I mean Tango for region. This is the classic build. Keeper of the Light with Ring of Protection. Maybe he will make a Ring of Basilius. They don't really have wards. No one bought wards in the site of Radiant. There are 2 wards in stock. See, instead of a Ring of Protection, you can buy wards with the Kotal. And this squishy hero with no escape ability should not really be here. There are very high chances of him getting first blooded right now. Like, to be honest, he should not be here. Maybe Queen of Pain could be there. She has Blink to escape from the stuns and stuff. Gyrocopter is a very good hero for contesting the rune early on, but there are just 4 heroes from the Dire and only 3 from the Radiant. And will Kotal get first blooded? No, they cannot catch him. But maybe the Gyro will die. Or nope. He gets stunned, that's a wasted stun. Ogre has a clarity anyway. And first blood. Where did he get the first blood? And why is the game lagging, by the way? So Queen of Pain killing the Witch Doctor from behind when he's trying to catch people. Now that's a very good start for the Queen of Pain. First blood and also bounty rune, I believe. I think he took the bottom bounty rune. Skilling Blink on level 1, that's okay. He's level 2 now. He got solo experience from the Witch Doctor kill. Gyrocopter, Kotal lane. Gyrocopter starting item build, by the way. Tango, Circlet, Slipper of Agility is a good starting build. Now they really want to kill the Kotal. Wraith King will die for this. And this is something I always talked about. You need a stout shield on Wraith King, I think. I think it's very important because you take a lot of damage and stout shield should not be underestimated. Most of these players start with a Quelling Blade. See, this is the same thing. Instead of a stout shield, they start with a Quelling Blade. I understand the logic that, you know, you don't trust your last hitting skills or something like that, but you can easily practice them. You create a lobby with no players, no bots, nothing, just you and creeps, and you go practice your last hits, and then you will be able to last hit a lot more. Um, Anti-Mage's build is nice. He started with a Tango, Stout Shield and Quilling Blade. I would get Healing Salve instead of the Quilling Blade. Same reason, you don't really need it. You can buy it later on, 1 minute into the game or 2 minutes from the side shop, as soon as you have gold for it. It's very important to have regen in your lanes, because going base early on is not a very good idea. You don't want to be missing much experience and also possible last hits. See how good Klinks is here? See how much he's harassing the Anti-Mage? With Klinks, you can click your Searing Arrows hotkey, which for me is W, and then you click on the Anti-Mage and you auto attack him without getting the aggro of creeps, you know? So you don't take damage by the creeps. Sometimes when you auto attack an enemy to harass him, you take the creeps aggro and the creeps hit you, so you end up getting more damage than you have done to the guy you are harassing, you know? Anti-Mage blinks into the trees. He finished the poor man's shield. That's a very good idea here. Poor man's shield will block a lot of damage from Klinks, and this is when you should finish your poor man's shield. Last week when I was trying to record this kind of videos, the low MMR video, I saw people finishing the poor man's shield at 10 minutes or 15 minutes into the game, when 15 minutes in, you already, you know, you probably already need to sell it so you can carry a TP scroll or any other item, you know. If you want a poor man's shield, finish it in the very beginning of the game as fast as possible. That should be your first small item before going into bigger items like power treads and whatever you want to make. That's a tri-lane on the top lane. And Kotal goes down. Gyrocopter will finish the Wraith King, but he dies. That's a 1 for 2 trade. Ogre is on a killing spree. Mid lane is only 5 last hits for Ember Spirit. That's expected, to be honest. Queen of Pain wrecks melee heroes. It's very easy for co-op to win the mid lane against melee heroes. You shadow strike them, and then you just kill them really fast, and you harass them a lot, and they are not able to harass you. I think he should have screamed there, Scream of Pain, and removed the shield. Because what you're looking for against Ember Spirit in the early game is ways of removing his shield. Like, his shield deals tons of damage, and if Queen of Pain screamed there, the shield would have... She would have removed the shield. The... what's it called? The Flame Guard. And then maybe would have won the right click battle. By the way, on the mid lane, first item is bottle. That's very common, very well done. First item bottle. After that, you don't need to wait for your power treads. As soon as you have gold for boots, send your boots with the courier, okay? It's extremely important. Right now what Queen of Pain is doing is waiting for the power treads. With the boots only that 50 movement speed, and on the mid lane you are constantly going to check runes, and the extra movement speed will help you a lot, and also it will help you at harassing the opponent. If he has no boots and you do, you basically have movement speed advantage, so you can run faster than him. And now when he got the power treads, he's going to use the courier to get them. The courier is being used on the top lane first. To be honest, mid lane should have the priority of the courier usage. Right now he should probably scream to remove the shield, and then, like, this is the point. Ember Spirit in the early game deals tons of damage with the shield, but if you remove it, he has only right click. But if you trade right clicks with Ember Spirit, you're gonna end up winning the right click battle because he's very squishy. He doesn't have much HP and he has very low armor. So you will always end up winning the battle unless you have less damage than him and less armor. Something like that. Wraith King is having a really bad game, by the way. And this Gyrocopter is just diving towers. This is very, very well done. He has Phase Boots as a first item. Queen of Pain just killed the Ember Spirit. Ember is level 6 with no mana for Remnant. I believe, let's see what happened. Queen of Pain was base and then she TP'd to the lane. There is full mana on the Ember, but looks like the Ember wanted to man fight. He got hit by the tower twice and he died here. Yeah, that was just very well done by the Queen of Pain and a little bit of a greedy play by Ember. He got 2 tower auto attacks. Remember that you have very low armor, and if you start getting hit by the tower you will take a lot of damage. So that's why Poor Man's Shield is very good, because you can block some right click damage. Ember has very low armor, so Poor Man's Shield will help a lot. It's very good on that hero. By the way, the Queen of Pain Sonic Wave, you have to be very careful with it. And now he's getting tower auto attacks again. Okay, this time he has the Remnant to go back and he's gonna be fine. There is a hasted Clinks. I don't know why is he running without Invis. Maybe he should use the Invis. He's going towards the top lane. Maybe he will get a kill on the Witch Doctor. By the way, I forgot to mention, this Abaddon is acting like a carry. He's trying to be a carry Abaddon. Support Abaddon in this game would be perfect. It would be exactly what they need. Support hero. I mean, Abaddon as a support is what they need, since they already have the Gyrocopter carry, they have the Queen of Pain carry, and the Clinks carry. Those are 3 carries that need the farm everywhere on the map. Every farm that's available on the map should go for them, and he should not be playing a carry Wraith King in this game. Gyrocopter's item build so far is perfect. Oh, there goes the Ember Spirit here, and he is going to get nuked. Right clicked by Clinks. He has no mana to escape. Wraith King has Soul Ring, but he just ran into the Gyrocopter. That was not good at all. Gyrocopter's Rocket Barrage is extremely strong early on, and even the Anti-Mage TP top to try to help. Is that what happened? Yeah, Anti-Mage is TPing top. That's a very team playing Anti-Mage. You know, Anti-Mage should care only about himself, to be honest. Kinda care only about yourself and your own farm in the early game, because you need that Battle Fury as fast as possible, and then you can start farming your other items. But anyway, he goes top and now he actually stays top to farm. I like the idea. I like that he's staying top. Ogre Magi is just a support. He should not be trying to last hit. I forgot to mention Abaddon on the bottom lane. He bought a Quelling Blade and Phase Boots, and he is basically acting like a carry Abaddon. That's not what they needed. If the Abaddon let Clinks farm the bottom lane instead, it would have been so much better, because in this game they really need a farmed Clinks. Anti-Mage is going off lane, so off lane is not as much farm as the safe lane, and sometimes off lane is no farm at all, you know. If you are playing against a good support that harasses you all the time, there won't be any farm. So Clinks that's more farmed than the Anti-Mage is always good for you, because maybe he can make a Orchid first item and then pick off the Anti-Mage with the silence, or kill the Ember Spirit really fast. Or in this game, to be honest, the Clinks' item build should be Medallion of Courage into the Desolator for a huge right click damage, so you can kill this Anti-Mage really fast, and this Ember Spirit and the Wraith King too, and also the Witch Doctor, because Witch Doctor has very low armor as well. So let me pause the game and see what's happening in general. Queen of Pain has won the mid lane. I guess I can say that 10 minutes into the game is when, you know, usually the laning stage is kinda over and heroes start rotating a lot. Supports are rotating in the very early game as well. In this one we have seen a lot of rotations before the 10 minutes, like Anti-Mage TP top and stuff like that. But this is when we can take a look at how the lanes went and who won which lane. 10 minutes into the game, there is a 2.5k gold advantage for the Radiant. It's not a big advantage, it's not a big thing. So top lane was Kotal Gyrocopter. Gyro has 7 kills, 4 deaths, Yasha Phase Boots at 10 minutes. This is an amazing farm. The top lane, Radiant top lane, has done an amazing job. Kotal has Glove of Haste. I don't know if he's going for a Midas. I don't think that's a very good choice. Kotal would love to have an Aghanim Scepter first item. Tranquil Boots is okay for the mana regen. By the way, don't get confused. It's a Witch Doctor icon, but it's actually Keeper of the Light. Tranquil Boot is your HP regen and your Chakra Magic is your mana regen, so this is okay so far. Very good choice of Tranquil Boots. The thing is that you definitely need to skill your mana leak. It's very important to skill your mana leak in the early game as a Kotal. This spell is huge. It basically forces people to stay still. It forces people to not move, otherwise they lose all their mana and they get stunned at the end. Especially when you are playing with a Gyrocopter on your lane, okay? Gyrocopter wants to chase people with Rocket Barrage, so if you have any kind of stun or slow or any kind of spell, just like Chakra Magic, that makes the enemy not move at all, you should definitely skill that. Chakra Magic is a very good counter to the Wraith King as well. Before he gets a BKB, he's basically forced to not move at all. Otherwise he loses his mana and he has no reincarnation. In the picking phase I was talking about counters to the Wraith King. Kotal is one of them. But you have to skill your mana leak. You can sacrifice a point of Illuminate for sure. You don't need that much of an Illuminate, and the reason of that is because the channel time on level 4 is 5 seconds, and by 5 seconds everyone is going to see you and dodge the skill. So most of the times you will be forced to end it earlier so you can actually hit it without people dodging it. And why would you have 5 seconds channel time if you're going to end it at 3 seconds or so every time you cast it? It makes sense, right? You can sacrifice 1 or 2 points of Illuminate to get into Mana Leak. That's enough about the Kotal. Please skill your mana leak, it's extremely important. On level 6 you can skip your ultimate, it's not a must. But with the ultimate you can use the blinding light that you can push enemies when they are not moving, when you use the mana leak and they stay still and they don't move. You can still push them and make them lose mana. I wanna say something about Wraith King. Soul Ring is okay against people that wanna burn your mana, but notice that the Soul Ring gives you 150 mana and your ultimate has a 160 mana cost. Wraith King's ultimate before, like months ago, used to be 140 mana cost, so Soul Ring was perfect. Right before you die, you use your Soul Ring and then if you are out of mana, you will have enough. But now if you use your Soul Ring before you die and you have 0 mana, you don't gain enough to use your ultimate. You will be 10 mana short. So that's why Magic Stick is much better than Soul Ring. Magic Wand. And when you have a Magic Wand on Wraith King, always save it to save your life. When you are about to die or you are out of mana, because the max charges of Magic Wand is 17. And every Magic Wand charge gives you 15 mana. That's going to be a lot more than a Soul Ring. That's going to give you enough to use your Reincarnation. So Magic Stick, Magic Wand I mean, instead of the Soul Ring, it's better on Wraith King, I believe. Also it's cheaper. It should be. It should be. Yeah, it's cheaper. It's 150 gold cheaper, something like that. Approximately 150. Witch Doctor's item build, I like it. Maxing the cask, more bounces between enemy heroes and creeps, very good build. 1 point of Voodoo Restoration to heal yourself can definitely save your life in the early game. 1 point of Maledict doesn't do much, but it's still some kind of damage. And you can use it, you can afford to use it if you have Arcane Boots. If you don't, you will run out of mana really fast by using the Voodoo Restoration and the cask. But this guy bought Arcane Boots. It's a good boot on Witch Doctor. I buy it sometimes. You can give mana to your Wraith King or something like that. You can watch if he's out of mana for ultimate and then you can help him survive or something. Next item is going to be Medallion. I like Medallion on Witch Doctor. Remember that the Death Ward is physical damage. So Medallion reduces the armor, and that means you deal more damage with your Death Ward. So what you do is stun someone, use your Medallion on him, and then you Death Ward, and you deal a lot of damage. So Arcane Boots, Medallion is a good example on Witch Doctor. Good build. Ogre Magi has Arcane Boots, and he's going for a mechanism, that's for sure. He has a headdress, chainmail. This is going to be an early mech too. Mechanism should be bought as fast as possible, so it can help, because later on, the later the game goes, the less efficient mech is, because 250 mana, I mean 250 HP from the mech heal is not that much 25-30 minutes into the game or later. So that's why mech is usually bought on core heroes, carry heroes that have farm, like a Viper or Undying, something like that. Heroes that have farm in the game. But this is going to be early mech on the support Ogre, so it's really good in this game. Ember Spirit is going for a Bracer. He has Poor Man's Shield, boots. So far so good here. Bracer will help you survive. It will make you a little bit more tanky and survive in the mid-game fights, because the early game is already over 10 minutes in. And I'm sorry if the pause is way too long, but I'm trying to make some commentary that will be useful for you, I hope. Anti-Mage's build is perfect. Power Treads, Ring of Health, Poor Man's Shield, everything is perfect so far. Klings has only Power Treads. Everything is good. He's maxing the Searing Arrows, which is exactly what he should do. More right-click damage. Anti-Mage, level 9, has 2 points of Mana Leak, 2 points of Blink. This is not very good. This is not perfect. The Blink should be maxed by level 9, I think. So you can have a 5-second cooldown. It's so much better. And basically that's it. Ogre with 3 points of Fire Blast, 2 points of Ignite, 1 Bloodlust. I like this build. This is what I end up doing sometimes on Ogre. On level 5 I have 2 points of Stun, 2 of Ignite, and 1 Bloodlust. You can max the Stun too, it's very good. If you get a multicast, that's a lot of damage. That's 2 times 165 damage. So it's really good maxing the stun if you want to. Ember Spirit, maxing Searing Chains and Flame Guard. This is really good build. Slate of Fist could be used to dodge some spells. If you play against Alina on the mid lane, you can dodge the stun with Slate of Fist. You use it on Lina's creeps when you see her casting the animation, the stun animation, but that's a little bit advanced, I guess. I can call it for a little bit more skilled players or something like that. I have seen Arteezy do it, but Arteezy is Arteezy. So this is a good build. Allows you to lock down the enemy for 3 seconds on level 4. You have tons of damage with Flame Guard, and you block magical damage. And that's it basically. So let's actually start the game or resume the game and see how it goes. I am expecting this Wraith King to not have a very good game, because 10 minutes in, 2-5 is not very good. I forgot to say about the lanes. Definitely top lane was 1 for the Radiant, and the mid lane was also 1 for the Radiant. But now this is a tower dive, Gyrocopter diving in really hard. He's gonna get stunned. He kills the... Oh man, that's really big. Maybe they shouldn't have done the dive. This is good. The Witch Doctor just took damage from this, so this is good. You know? That was a successful Illuminate. But unless you are hiding into the trees, you won't be able to get your Illuminates off with the full 5 seconds channel. Or maybe you can do it on creep waves, but honestly, you should skill your Mana Leak. Sacrifice 1 point of Illuminate to get your Mana Leak, especially if you are doing some kind of aggressive duo lane. Like, basically the enemy is forced to not move if you Mana Leak them. It's extremely good. Right now he's hiding into the trees. Ogre still saw it and he went back. There is a killing spree on the Queen of Pain. He just killed the Wraith King bottom. Wraith King had no mana, so let's see what happened that he had no mana. He probably used a stun and now he has no mana. He should have used the Soul Ring right there. That's when Soul Ring would have saved your life. Because 220 mana stuns the Queen of Pain once and runs out of mana for reincarnation. I think he was like 60 mana short, so use the Soul Ring now and he would have survived. Maybe he thought he's gonna get one auto attack off on the Queen of Pain, but no. The Scream of Pain is instant, and now I'm sure Gyrocopter's... Oh, actually no. He's not dead. I thought he's gonna die, but Gyrocopter has good way of removing the Flame Guard. Gyro has very good damage with Rocket Barrage. I like his build. He's going for Sanjin Yasha, which is a very good build on Gyrocopter. HP, damage, movement speed, slow from the Sanjin Yasha, everything. Everything you need. Klinx is doing some scouting. When there is a Klinx in the game, there should be some sentry wards for the Dire team. They definitely need them. Kotal is casting the Illuminate. That ultimate didn't make much sense. No one got hit by that. That was a really bad ultimate on the Witch Doctor. You should be careful with those. Also, you cannot solo ultimate the Queen of Pain. She has a blink. It's gonna be a wasted ultimate. Now, keep in mind that Death Ward is rarely wasted, even if you don't hit, even if you don't kill anyone but use it just for harassment, it's still not going to be wasted because it's a very low cooldown spell. It's only 80 seconds, so it's rarely called a waste. Kotal is casting a blast, Ogre will get hit, all the creeps get hit, the Siege creep too. Now bottom lane, Reincarnation on Wraith King, and he decides to run for his life. I don't think he could kill the Gyrocopter if he tried, because Gyro has a lot more movement speed. 459 movement speed with the power threads activated, while Wraith King has 350. A very slow hero, Wraith King, compared to Gyro. On the bottom lane, Abaddon, 82 last hits. Instead of him protecting enemies and fighting with them and shielding them, maxing the shield, if you play support Abaddon, you definitely should max your shield. Now he's maxing the passive and the Mystic Coil because he's basically acting like a carry. He wants to have a high damage nuke from the Mystic Coil and right click damage with Curse. But he hasn't contributed in a single kill. It's really good that his team is owning the early game, you know. Good that his team owned the top lane and the mid lane, because they have 16 kills on the Radiant and Abaddon has 0-0-0. He's been basically AFKing for 15 minutes in the game, and Abaddon is very good early on at protecting the enemies. Abaddon is good for babysitting. It's like Earthshaker with the Fissure. When someone goes and tries to kill your teammate, you fissure them and you stun them and you stop them from killing your teammate. Abaddon shields and protects teammates with shields and heals. So Abaddon carry, don't do that. Go support Abaddon. It's so much better. Max your shield and try to protect your enemies. Try to carry TP scrolls so you can TP. If the mid laners are having a 1v1 fight, you can TP in and help your teammate kill the enemy mid laner. I'm sure he will appreciate it a lot. And if you help your mid laner win the mid lane, later on he will help you win your lane, he will gank your lane. The player that wins the mid lane generally has more successful game in the next 10 or 15 minutes than the player that loses the mid lane. That makes sense, right? Queen of Pain won the mid lane pretty hard. 10 minutes in, he had 2 kills, 0 deaths, 60 last hits. That's actually impressive. 50 or 60 last hits. And Ember Spirit was 0 kills, 2 deaths and no last hits. Now 17 minutes into the game, Queen of Pain has an Orchid. Orchid is a very, very good counter to the Anti-Mage before he finishes the Manta style. With the Manta style, Anti-Mage removes the silence from Orchid. That's what Manta style allows you to do. But before that, you can always silence him and harass him a lot. And he should have definitely used the Shadow Strike to slow the Ember. And he has Boots of Travel now. That's really nice on Ember. He's going for the kill and he doesn't get it. That was a really aggressive play by the Ember. Instead of going back, he wanted to fight the Quap. So Witch Doctor gets a kill on Gyro. I believe that's with the Maledict. I didn't even see. Very nice job to carry a Dust. A few days ago, if you guys remember, I uploaded a Juggernaut game. I uploaded 2 Juggernaut games this week. And I think I'm obsessed with the hero and I'm gonna keep playing it more and more, but we will see, I'm not sure yet. But this week I uploaded 2 Juggernaut games, and in one of them, Mana League, the Wraith King, he has ultimate up. Oh my god, did you see that? Did you guys see what Mana League did? Level 1 Mana League on Wraith King. Imagine if he skilled it in the early game on level 2 or level 3, something like that. Look at this. The Mana League burned his mana. This is only level 1 Mana League, and look at how much mana it burns. Wraith King was walking, just casually walking, thinking that Mana League will not burn that much mana and he will be fine with the reincarnation, but this is the perfect example why you should skill it. It's so much mana burn. It's so good. It's actually extremely good. So I was saying about my Juggernaut game, I uploaded 2 this week. In one of them, I had problems with my teammates not buying dusts and basically missing kills constantly, missing kills on the enemy bounty hunter because not having dust. That's really bad. You should always buy dust, at least on the supports. Dust is not always support item. Keep in mind that dust is not only a support item. Anyone can buy a dust. Look at Anti-Mage's inventory. He needs 1 slot for a TP and then he has 2 empty slots. So why not get a dust on Anti-Mage? And if you see a low HP Klinks running next to you and going invis, you dust them and then you just get a free kill. Ember Spirit doesn't have to carry a TP scroll because he has Boots of Travel. There is 1 slot for the dust, so why not buy a dust? And right now they are getting really wrecked. The Queen of Pain is kinda snowballing. Wraith King has no ultimate, and after the very hard early game, Wraith King doesn't have much farm, and he's going for an armlet next item after Power Treads. I like that, but in this case, I'm not sure if it should be armlet. Imagine if he had a dust. Imagine if Ember had a dust. That would have been a kill on the Klinks. Klinks is a very squishy hero. He has very low HP when he didn't eat a creep with his ultimate. He has only 900 with Power Treads on strength. Now when he ults a creep, he's gonna get like 1300? No, 1500, which is so much. And I like that he's going for Orchid. Orchid is good against every hero from the Dire. Anti-Mage has a Yasha, And I really like that Anti-Mage is not going for a Vladimir's, because on Anti-Mage, Vladimir's is good. It helps you to keep staying alive and full HP, not losing much HP when farming creeps. Because of the lifesteal, you always will be full HP, and the enemy cannot pick you off on half HP or something like that. But in this game, Anti-Mage needs the Manta style as fast as possible. Now that's a dead Ogre and a dead Witch Doctor. So far this is snowballing pretty well for the Radiant team. But Ember Spirit also doing a lot of work. Ember Spirit doing tons of work. And he will get a Battle Fury soon. This Ember is farming pretty well, to be honest. I mean, 83 last hits, 22 minutes in is not that good. But being close to the Battle Fury 22 minutes in is nice. Battle Fury, Boots of Travel, and then you can push the lanes. So, looking at this game in general right now, Radiant has advantage. Also, you can see on the gold graph they have 7.5k gold advantage. And oh my god, Queen of Pain, you are dead. 1000 gold for the Anti-Mage. That's the Battle Fury right there. That was actually so bad for the Radiant team. And maybe this could be the comeback for Dire, because Klings might have an Orchid, but Anti-Mage will remove the silence with Manta. I like that Witch Doctor is walking after the Anti-Mage, trying to support them all the time, instead of going alone. He forgot to use his medallion on Gyro, but it's still okay. They got the kill on him. I basically like that Witch Doctor is going with his teammates, with his carries. As a support, you should be very careful to not walk alone and get picked off all the time and basically feed the enemy all the time. You have to be very careful for that. And Abaddon has a great farm, right? Phase Boots, Vladimir, Sanjay, and Yasha. It's like... Okay, let me see the fight first. Wraith King, ultimate. Abaddon has his ultimate too. He can man up on them. He doesn't really care. Sanjay, Yasha, Vladimir's. A very nice Mystic Coil. Something important that you can do with Abaddon. When your ultimate is activated, use the Mystic Coil on someone if you have mana for it. Because the Mystic Coil damages the enemy but also damages you. But the damage you take when your ultimate is activated actually heals you. So this is a very good Mystic Coil usage. When your ultimate is activated, you end up getting healed, okay? That's how you heal yourself, from Mystic Coil. If the enemy is smart, when they see Abaddon's ultimate activated, they will stop hitting him, because every damage that he takes is heal. So what you should do is not hit him at all. Just leave him chill for 6 seconds or whatever the duration of the ultimate is. Now Abaddon has 2 kills, 0 deaths and 2 assists. And he has farmed very good items. Ember Spirit can escape from that with remnants. And now he's gonna get ganked. He has an ultimate. Now they should not hit him, and that's exactly what they are doing. If he tries to TP out, you can stun him. Even if you heal him, it doesn't matter, you need to cancel the TP. And that's Very greedy play by Abaddon, diving so much. Obviously the enemy is going to TP on the tower and kill you. So he has managed to farm some good items. See what Anti-Mage did over there? That was actually big. That was really big. That was a big ultimate on the Queen of Pain. And now he blinks out of there. Gyro is gonna die too. He managed to farm a Helm of the Dominator after the Sanjin Yasha. Helm of the Dominator is good. That's lifesteal, damage, armor. You can also dominate a creep and use it to buff yourself. If you dominate a wolf from the jungle, like the big one, okay, from this camps, from this camp with 3 wolves, you dominate the big one and you will get a damage aura. You make the wolf follow you, you right click your hero with the wolf, so you make the wolf follow your hero and you get 30% damage increased, which is pretty big. If the enemy is smart, they will kill your wolf, but until they kill it, you get 30% more damage, which is a lot. So Abaddon managed to farm some good items, right? He's very close to the Assault Cuirass, but it's not good. This is definitely not good that the Abaddon is being farming the whole game and using the space instead of helping create space and Klings being the farmed one. If Klings had a medallion or Solar Crest, which is the upgraded medallion, it's even more armor reduction. Now Queen of Pain at this point cannot fight the Anti-Mage at all. He should not be even trying. Gyrocopter is out of mana now. Anti-Mage, to be honest, should just blink out and stop walking because he's gonna get stunned. He's really underestimating the mana leak. He basically got all his mana burned from the mana leak. He should have stopped moving here. Because he got all his mana burned and no mana for blink. He should have stopped moving here, and then when the enemy team is going towards him, maybe he could have blinked on the uphill here in the trees. That's what he should have done. Stop moving over here and then blink into the trees and then wait for the Battle Fury mana regen to blink out. There are higher chances of surviving if he did what I said. Otherwise he ran, he got all his mana burned, and then he just died to the Queen of Pain right click. Imagine if Klings had a Solar Crest and Desolator and Daedalus now at 30 minutes from farming all the time, instead of the Abaddon farming all the time. That could be the counter to the Anti-Mage and the Ember Spirit. That could be a good way of killing them, because as I said in the beginning, what works very well against Anti-Mage is heavy physical damage. Also the same against Ember Spirit. So farmed Klings is so much better than farmed Abaddon in this game, because Abaddon won't do much. You guys will see. Abaddon has no lockdown. He has he doesn't have enough damage to kill someone before they escape. Klings with Daedalus, Desolator and Solar Crest can literally 2-shot people at this point, or 3 or 4-shot someone. Wraith King has a Shadow Blade. That's okay on the Wraith King. Damage, attack speed, and Klings is invisible right now. He should not break the invis. Now anyone should kill him because he has no invis. He's gonna try to suicide into Roche. Nice nice death ward to kill him before he dies to Roche. Very well done by the Witch Doctor. and Kotal died in the fight. Meanwhile, look at what Anti-Mage is doing. Anti-Mage is split pushing, and they have to defend. They should not be losing towers like this. That's not okay. It's so much gold for the Anti-Mage and so much gold for his entire team. Now he's gonna go from behind because this is Gyrocopter and Queen of Pain alive only, and they are going to win this fight. So apparently from losing the game pretty hard, they are winning the game really hard. The Dire team. Radiant's early game was really good, but what they are lacking at this point is farm on the Clinks, so he can right click down these heroes, this Wraith King and Ember. Also what Clinks needs is a BKB in this game, so he doesn't get stunned and burned, mana burned by Anti-Mage and stuff like that. He just doesn't have enough farm. And as you guys can see, Abaddon's farm is not doing anything because he is very easy to kite. You just run away from him. It's actually that simple. You run away from him. His passive doesn't have enough slow to even allow Abaddon to kill him, to kill someone. That's why he has Sanjin Yasha, I guess, for even more slow. But it's not gonna do much. Abaddon is not a hero that can outcarry Anti-Mage and Ember Spirit in the late game. Clinks is, to be honest, Clinks is a hero that can do it. His right click can be insane. Now Anti-Mage with a Basher, and he's going for a Heart of Tarask next item. More HP, more tank ability. That's really good. So remember that the Anti-Mage was offlane and he had a pretty late Battle Fury. He had a Battle Fury at around 18 to 20 minutes or so instead of the fast 13 or 15 Battle Fury. And they are just way too strong at this point, to be honest. Even the Wraith King is very strong. His ultimate will do stuff now. It's 1 minute cooldown. His team is strong enough to, you know, create a lot of space in the fight for the Wraith King. I don't think Wraith King is gonna be getting all the focus. If he was the only hard carry they had, he would get focused a lot and mana burnt and stuff, but I don't think he will be the main target. The main target is gonna be Ember or Anti-Mage, something like that. Nice dust. And Clinks is not dead. Clinks actually got shielded by the Abaddon. There is Reincarnation on the Wraith King, Aegis on the Ember. He has a Manta on Ember as well, so he can remove the silence from Queen of Pain and Clinks. I like the Manta on Ember this game. You can remove the silences from Orchids. Kotal is stepping in, but Kotal doesn't know he can very easily die to the Anti-Mage. He actually doesn't care. He can get a free kill over here and also free barracks. But he just wants to right click. Oh, there we go. Ultimate, and that's it. Kotal is out of mana. Now he has to get back because he's gonna die. He decides to try to get the barracks. That didn't happen. At this point, Radiant team is under huge pressure. I think they have been under huge pressure the whole game pretty much because Dire's late game is better. Anti-Mage, Ember, Wraith King. Also two good supports for the late game. Witch Doctor's ultimate with Aghanim Scepter, hitting everyone, having bounces on every hero. Also Ogre Magi is going for an Aghanims, and he made the Guardian Greaves as a first item. That's very well done. Guardian Greaves helps and is very needed in every team for sure. It's always helpful. Mana regen, HP heal, everything. Aghanim Scepter is second stun for Ogre. There is one more Fire Blast that you get from your Aghanims on this hero. So that's one more lockdown spell. And Gyrocopter, I don't think he should be going for MKB. Maybe BKB would have been better to survive. But what do you survive with MKB when the enemy has very heavy physical damage? MKB will help against the Cask and the Ogre stuns. The Wraith King stun. Anti-Mage will not be burning your mana, but he still right-clicks you and bashes you. The bash, remember that the basher goes through magic immunity. Every kind of bash. Doesn't matter if it's an item or you know, spell. Like Faceless Void's bash goes through magic immunity. Now there is gonna be a fight on the mid lane, and Dire team should definitely try to end the game as fast as possible. I mean, Radiant should try to fight. That's a very well done right there. This is the first time I see the Abaddon doing work. He actually managed to kill two of them, and he is actually dealing huge amount of damage. They have no dust for the Wraith King. I don't know what's with the casual Slipper of Agility. That could be dust instead. Now Anti-Mage was split pushing. Abaddon TP'd bottom to defend. Abaddon is a good hero that can TP and defend against Anti-Mage. What happened when Anti-Mage split pushed top? What happened is, oh my god, Mana Void him. Oh, that was too late. He BKB'd. That was actually too late. Manta in 1 second, nice. And now he gets back. A few seconds of Heart of the Rask region and he can rejoin the fight. This is why Heart is really good on Anti-Mage. You have the blink spell to blink out. You can blink in and out of the fight every 5 seconds. So if you're low on HP, first of all, if you need to be tanky, you get a heart. Otherwise, it's not very good. Anti-Mage benefits a lot from Butterfly. Damage for the illusions, attack speed, so you can burn mana faster. And with Abyssal Blade is a stun, so you burn Queen of Pain's mana really fast, and then you mana void her, and she's basically dead. That's exactly what's happening. He doesn't even need to mana void, because look at the damage. I actually don't think, at this point, I actually don't think Radiant can win the game. That's a Kotal that gets picked off. That should not be happening. Kotal should stay in base and spam Illuminates. He should not be in front of the base like this. Klings has a BKB at this point, and his damage is doing something, I guess. But he doesn't have the damage he needs. He doesn't have enough damage. Anti-Mage is split pushing at this point. What they can do is just split push all the time. And the top melee Rux is gone. Mid lane, Abaddon doesn't really do much. They will be able to just split push them. Bottom lane is only left for the Mega Creeps. By the way, I just noticed that there are no stuns in the Radiant team. there are no reliable stuns like Wraith King stun, for example. Reliable stun, I guess, is like a stun that you cast it on someone and he gets stunned no matter what. Kotal has a stun from the Mana Leak, but if people don't move, they won't get stunned. Gyrocopter has a stun from the missile, but if the missile gets killed, the missile can get destroyed very easily. 5 hits to destroy. So 5 auto attacks and the missile is gone. So they don't really have a stun, a reliable stun. While in the Dire they have the Cask, 1 second stun, bouncing between heroes. Oh wow, Kotal actually has a very good tactic. Anti-Mage is out of mana. He has a lot of mana regen from Battle Fury. Queen of Pain blinks after him. He almost died there. Even though Anti-Mage is disfarmed, and at this point the Radiant team looks underfarmed compared to the Anti-Mage, they can still manage to kill him for sure. Like, Kotal's tactic is actually something pretty decent, I guess. 4 staff, like Mana Leak, and then you 4 staff, and they get their mana burned. And also, after the 4 staff, you can Blinding Light and push them even more and actually get them stunned. Abaddon looks like it's gonna get picked off on the bottom lane, and he's probably dead. Ultimate will be used now. Nice 4 staff to save him. He will probably die now. Yes, he will. He has no BKB. He gets stunned all the time. Witch Doctor ultimate. That's a very good team play by the Dire team. They have been sticking together a lot, and I like how well the supports are doing in this game. You know, even though they have a lot of deaths, like Witch Doctor is 6 to 11, doesn't matter at all. He's doing perfectly fine. 20 assists is really good. Ogre is 4 to 9 to 17. He's also doing perfectly fine. And the game is just over. Mid was easy, but our carry can fight with one item. Yeah, that's true. Klinks has 1 item. Klinks is the carry, not the Abaddon. So I think Abaddon Abaddon really shouldn't have played as a carry. He should have gone with his team and use shields and heals. Basically, Abaddon should have been the support of this team, not the farmer, because his farm didn't do anything. Trust me, just don't play Abaddon as a carry. Go support if you wanna play the hero. Dire has better late game, so when they reach the late game and they have more farm than the Radiant, they win the game. Radiant has very good ganking heroes, Coop, Klinks. They have good team fight as well. They have 2 good team fight spells, the Sonic Wave from Coop and Gyro's ultimate for slow and nuke magical damage. Klinks is a good right-clicking hero, but Klinks needs to be well protected by teammates so he doesn't die. If Klinks is well protected and is able to just sit and auto attack, he can do so much. He can actually wipe the entire team. Abaddon should have been the one protecting Klinks, to be honest. I don't know. This video is 1 hour and 10 minutes. That's longer than I expected. That's a lot of what? A lot of commentary, I guess. A lot of commentary for you guys. So I hope I hope this was a useful video in some way. I hope it was entertaining in some way. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like on the video. Likes help out a lot. If you are new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. I upload videos every day. Thank you for watching, and I see you in the next video. Good luck and have fun playing Dota.